Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. Thanks so much for listening this week and every week that you listen. A big thank you to Jesse Ali for our theme music and Nick Harmio for our artwork. And of course, another big thank you to our guest, Henry Kirby. We want to thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you're enjoying it. And if you are enjoying it, why don't you head on over to iTunes, give us a rating or review, or maybe wherever you're listening to this podcast. Head on over to our link tree, go to linktr.ee/drunkardswalk, and hey, you could give us a suggestion for a topic. You could be our guest, or you could check out our merch, or maybe send us an email, get on social media, send us a message, whatever it is. We'd love to hear from you. We love interacting with you. All right, that's it, everybody. Enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Drunkard's Walk. You know, the podcast one. It's a podcast. You know it because you're listening to it on a device, perhaps, or maybe a computer. Do you listen to podcasts on computers? I don't know. I'm not going to judge you. You can do whatever you want. But I'm one of the hosts of Drunkard's Walk. My name is Matt Hartman. And of course, I have my co-host here with me, as always. It's Jethro Nolan.
Oh, that's me. I'm the co-host. Hello, everyone.
Jethro?
Welcome, whatever device you may be listening to this on. I believe, by the way, a device is mandatory.
Is that right?
Yes, we have yet to reach the technology where we can just beam this directly into people's heads without an intermediating device of some sort.
But you're assuming that no one is listening to this after that technology has been invented. And let's face it, it will be someday.
Yes, but I'm predicting the total destruction of human civilization will precede the invention of such technology. So
I see. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair point given the way things seem to be going. But hey, you never know. So if you are listening to this in the far future and we are being beamed into your heads, thanks for letting us have a little space in your nerve center of your body. I think that's super.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited about it.
We're in your brains right now.
That's right.
And you can't get us out. We're there.
That's right.
And even if you stop,
forever.
even if you stop playing, like we're still going to resonate in your memory and everything. Like we're like a virus that's infected your brain.
Oh,
and there's no taking us out.
I don't think that doesn't actually sound as
hot dog sandwich. Stop
it. Okay, listen.
You can't get that out. It lives inside you now. You're going to know the hot dog sandwich song. So there it is.
If this is the first time we've been beamed into your brain, you may not know.
Beautiful segue.
You may not know what it is that we're all about. What we are all about here is walking through Wikipedia. We are taking a walk through Wikipedia from one topic to another. We don't know where we're going. And that's true in a lot of cases in my life. I don't know about you, Jethro, but that's not just
no clue.
But we do know where we're starting, and we're starting where we ended last week, and we ended at how's that pronounced again? Pena Palace,
because I believe it's not Spanish because it's lacking the tilde over the one of the vowels there. I
think it's over the N. It's lacking the.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's lacking a tilde over all of them. So I think if it were Spanish, it would be Pena Palace, but it's not Spanish. Yes. It's Portuguese.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Pena Palace.
So that's where we're going to be starting. But where will we end? And we find out where we're going to go. We don't decide because that wouldn't be random enough. No, we go to a guest. We bring in a guest every week. And this week, folks, we have none other than Henry Kirby. Henry, thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Really good. How are you?
Oh,
we're doing grand.
We're super. We're inside people's brains, so we're loving it.
We are. Now, Henry, I'm judging from context clues here. The sound of your voice, the size of your body on the video, and the presence of an older person just off camera to the left. You are, in fact, a child. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. How old did you say?
10.
10. Fantastic. It's a great age. Congratulations. You're in double digits now. You've got it made. The worst is behind you. It's nothing but great stuff going forward.
Is that right? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Well, there's some unpleasantness that's going to happen in 4 or 5 years, but you'll get through it all. You'll be fine.
No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And in fact, we actually had a relative of yours on the podcast back in season 5, your mother Jessica was on the podcast. Did you listen to that episode by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that your introduction to Drunkard's Walk, or had you heard it before then?
That was my introduction.
Okay. And would you call yourself a fan, or would you say that you're more of just like somebody that has to listen to it because your mom has it on in the background?
Well, sometimes I like to listen to it. Like, I remember from now and then, like, she's playing it, and I just, like, stop everything I'm doing, and I just start listening, because, like, yeah. Like, my brain just gets so into it. I start pulling random facts.
Wow.
That's awesome. So you're the one that drops what they're doing and listens to the podcast. That's fantastic. I knew there was somebody out there that was doing it, and it's great to finally meet them. So
my sincere apologies for whatever long-term damage we're doing by exposing a young mind to our ridiculous foolishness. Sorry about that. Yeah.
It's true. So you're 10 years old. What grade does that put you in now? Fourth grade. Okay. 4th grade. And like what is one study in 4th grade these days? Like what was one thing you walked away from school from today and you thought, hey, that's a thing I never knew before? Is there anything? Or
that there's something called there's a lot of things. There's something hoverfly, which and then there's like a solitaire bee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I had no idea that those things existed.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're learning, so you're doing some insect studying, I guess, apparently. Is this, I'm going to hope, what, go ahead, say that again.
Flowers and like pollination.
Yeah.
Nice. So science class, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. I mean, it could have been like music class too, I guess, or something like that. If you were singing a song about flowers and bees, or I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions here. There's a lot of cross-curricular stuff that goes on in 4th grade, from what I'm told. I don't know. I taught high school, so I don't really know what exactly goes on in 4th grade. But
so, what's your overall take on school? Are you? Is it fun? Do you like it? Is it a bummer? Are you somewhere in between? What's the word? What's the word on the street vis-a-vis 4th grade? Half
the time it's good, and the half the time I just wish I like wasn't there.
Yeah, that tracks.
That sounds about right. Yeah,
that feels familiar.
I would say. And 4th grade still recess, right? So you're at recess.
Yes.
Okay, is that like highlight of the day, recess?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
It's like free time and stuff.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the best. That's always the best. They took that away from us eventually. I don't remember what grade it was, but I was not pleased about that.
No, yeah. For us, it was 7th grade, and it was a dramatic downturn in the relationship with the formal education system when they took recess away.
Yeah, right. It seems. Yeah, it did. I didn't like that. I didn't like that a bit.
Nobody does.
Still angry. Still kind of angry about that. But
yeah,
all right, whatever.
No, that's coming. No, that's coming across. That's coming.
I got to put that aside. I've got to put that out of my brain in the way that people that are listening to us can't put us out of their brains. But okay. So you've listened to the podcast before. You know generally what it is we do here, and so I'm hoping you came with a destination for us to walk to. Did you?
I mean, before we dive into that,
sorry. Excuse me.
I got to know, and again, because I'm about to turn 50, so my life experience and your life experience, we're in very different places right now, and I got to know what's your take on the podcast? Like, do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you have some notes? Like
this podcast? Are you asking about this podcast or just podcasting in general?
I'm asking about this particular podcast.
This podcast. Okay.
Like what Drunkard's Walk? What's your take on it? What are your impressions of it, having listened to a couple episodes?
I like it.
There you go. I don't think you needed more of a review than that, do you?
He's about to say more. Go ahead, Henry.
All right, please.
Dig
deep.
A couple of things.
Yeah.
And I've put them to good use.
Good. Wow.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad we're instilling you with practical knowledge. Do you just, how many Pliny the Elder references do you make on a given day at school? Like, is it above 12? Is it 0?
I don't know, actually, because
okay.
I don't really keep track.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair.
There you go.
I don't keep track either. I just know it's a lot. Well then, all right. Well, I appreciate your very generous review. I have to say that as Matt and I are making this podcast, that fourth graders are typically not the target audience that we're thinking of, but I'm glad to hear that some of the material that we're doing resonates with the youths. So thank you very much for that. And I'll try to keep the blatant profanity and the horrible things that I say to a relative minimum for this episode. Although, let's face it, Jethro gonna Jethro. I can't make any promises about not having any.
Yeah. That's tough.
All right.
Tough. All right. Well, I want to apologize for Jethro doing blatant market research here out in front of straight into it. Just being totally self-serving. And I want to find out what you're thinking about, what you're talking about. So what is the topic that you have for us to try to walk to here?
I can't pronounce the first name. It's like Lernian Hydra.
Lernian Hydra.
Lernian Hydra.
Whoa.
Can you spell that?
Yeah.
Lernaean Hydra. If you don't know how to spell Hydra, I can spell it for you.
Hydra?
Yes.
All right then.
Oh,
and what can you tell us about the Lernian Hydra?
Yeah.
About which I know nothing.
Never heard of it.
I'll start with probably the thing that you might get in your brain the easiest. It has poison blood, deadly gas, like as it breathes out, serpent, water snake. Well, it's a serpent that goes in the water, and the lake is named after it. So, like the Lernian Hydra. So something like.
Is this from Greek mythology?
Greek and Roman, yes.
Greek and Roman. Well, the Romans stole everything from the Greeks, so there's not a whole lot of original Roman mythology, to my knowledge. Although that's to say nothing against our good old ancient Roman friend Pliny the Elder, who, of course, top notch.
Great job. Yeah.
All right. So, what drew you to the Lernian Hydra? Where did you learn about it? What interests you about it?
Well, like a couple of years ago, I had this really cool like book of like dragons and stuff, and I'm like, as a child, I drew lots of things about the Hydra. Like it was just one of my favorite things. I drew multiple versions of it, and like it's just been fascinating me like ever since.
What's cool about it?
Every time you cut off one of its heads in place, it grows two.
Yeah.
So you would have to use like once you cut off one, you would actually have to use like fire so I can make sure that it doesn't grow.
You got to cauterize the neck. Yeah. That's Hydra 101 right there.
Yeah. Is it? Is that
it really is.
All the Hydras you've battled, Jethro? That's what you've done?
I've not battled, but I've read an extensive amount. So if I'm not mistaken, the Hydra is one of the 12 labors of Hercules. Is that correct?
Yes, the second one.
Okay, the second one. So pretty top of the list there. It's not like the 11th or 12th. Those were like garbage errands, like go get the paper kind of things. Hydra.
Stuff.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that this was the same Hydra. This is the same Hydra. It just has a name that I was unaware of.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I do have some familiarity with this. Not much, but clearly because I didn't know that there was an actual like name to it. And it's pronounced Lernian again. Is that how it is?
Yes.
Lernian. Okay. Well, there we go. That is that is pretty cool. I think this is going to be a pretty fascinating thing to learn some more about once we get there from this random palace in Portugal that Jethro's brother gave us last week.
I get the feeling we're going to be learning a lot today. Hans!
That was upsetting. But yes, I can't wait to, and this is so much, sorry, no offense to your brother, Jethro, but this is so much more exciting and interesting than that palace. I'm psyched to try to find this.
You can't Hydra from my wordplay today.
All right. Well, you've used them both up, so now we're done, right?
No, not a chance.
Okay. Great. That sounds super.
You have to grease the wheels to get it moving.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Is this too laborious for you? I've got a million of them.
That's cool. It's
cool. Fun. We're all having a good time.
Are we?
We are. We are, in fact.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you are. Well, Henry, this is an awesome suggestion. I really love it. I really appreciate you coming on and doing this. Thank you very much. And is there anything that you'd like to add before we say adieu?
I will definitely be listening to this.
All right, then.
Awesome. Well, say hello to your future self right now.
I will.
No, right now.
Hi.
All right.
So,
there you go.
That's what our super fan Dave Foreman does every time he's on. He says hello to his future self.
There you go.
From the past. So
I have this like injection into my brain, and I'm just gonna be listening to it. I'm gonna hear the end, and I'm gonna be like, "Wait, I forgot about this," because like in like 45 years.
Yeah,
that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, this won't be released until 2068. So you're dead on about that. You're gonna be middle aged. You're gonna be like, we'll be long dead. Yeah, that's a fact. We'll be long gone.
They want to mature.
Yeah, but you'll have like 8 kids. You know, you'll be worrying about retirement. Climate change will have accelerated. There's going to be a lot going on in your life in 45 years from now.
Have a couple of robots.
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
yeah.
Obviously, yeah,
absolutely.
Or a couple of robots will have you if AI has its way.
Yeah, there you go. Who's to say?
Yeah,
I'm excited for you to live through the robot battle to see who wins.
Yeah, it'll be exciting for you.
Yeah, won't it be?
Oh gosh. Well, I think we've done enough trauma this evening. Thank you very much, Henry, once again for being part
Henry.
of this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll talk to you again sometime soon.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right then.
Wow. All right. A Hydra, a Lernean Hydra.
Well, the good news is since young Henry won't be listening to this for 45 years, I can cuss. Yeah, and not feel bad about it because
I think there's a chance he may listen to it when it's released via normal device means as well.
Oh gosh, darn it!
Oh, there you go. See,
shucks.
Okay, perfect.
I'll say.
Well done.
I'll say all my replaced cuss words.
That's a good job.
Although I'm sure Henry's heard everything. You know, he's 10. He's a man of the world. He knows about the Lernean Hydra. I'm sure he knows about curse words and such.
I was friends with his mom in college. I have to assume that he's heard pretty much every dirty word there is.
Hey-oh! Wow.
Oh,
you hear that, Henry?
Now?
Your mom curses like a sailor. All right, then.
That can't be news.
We're all leaving some facts out on the table.
We should talk now about
what should we
drinks and numbers.
Oh, we forgot to ask Henry what he was drinking.
Oh, drat in a hat. Right. Well, I'm going to assume 4th grade, probably nothing like what we're drinking tonight, or at least what I'm drinking tonight. I don't know what you're drinking.
What do you have there, Matt? What do you got?
I have part 2 in my series. I don't know if you recall, but a couple weeks ago, I talked about having some Kinsey whiskeys. There's a rye, a bourbon, and an American whiskey that I got, and I had the American whiskey a few weeks ago, and tonight I have the bourbon.
Look at you.
Aged 4 years. Again, Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, I'm guessing is where it spent most of its days.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing.
All cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside the school. Anyway, listen, it is good. I like it actually better than I liked the American whiskey that they had. Now, at some point, I'm going to have to drink the rye, and I'm guessing that one's going to get a down from me, but you never know.
Then why drink it? Why drink it then? Because you don't have to have it.
It's whiskey, and, I want to try it. I want to at least try it. I'm going to bring it on the show. We'll try it here, and if I don't like it, I'll find I don't know, somebody who wants it.
All right,
a squirrel, perhaps.
Squirrels love rye. It's a fact.
There you go. That's a fact. That's a t-shirt right there.
It's an absolute fact.
Jethro, how about you, my man? Are you, did I see a Drunkard's Walk glass there?
You did. Yeah, I'm having one of our little Drunkard's Walk tumblers, which are so exclusive. Not even people on the Patreon can get them. Only special friends of the podcast do we ship them to you in the dead of night. And
of course they arrive in the middle of the day, but
we ship them to you.
In the dead of
no,
night.
there's a like an old Ichabod Crane horseman with a cloak who picks it up and then rides off into the foggy covered bridges, and then eventually gets to your house midday the next day.
Yeah, that's exactly what there is.
But I'm having, and I know this will shock everyone greatly, a Woodford Reserve. I'm having my standard bourbon. That is my default. I don't stray far from home. I enjoy trying a thing here or there, but I always come back to Mama, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, Jethro, and I think
Yeah.
it's a wise choice to go back to what you love, because you got to love what you love, man.
It's true. And you know what I love more than
What's
anything
that?
else?
What else do you love?
Writing numbers down on a Post-it note, and I wish I had a reason to do it right now.
Well, you know what, Jethro? You
Do
do
we?
have a reason to do it right now. I mean, you don't have to use a Post-it note, but you might as well, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, why don't you go ahead and come up with a number that you think is the number of links it will take us to get from Pena Palace to Lernaean Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
see what you think. See what you can come up with.
Yeah. I feel like I got a good clue about what it could be. I feel like there's a number of numbers I could go with. And I feel like one of the numbers that I could go with is the number that I picked. And based on that number, I feel like I have a good chance of winning this episode, because whoever guesses the most accurate number is exactly what's going to happen. And Matt, I don't want to brag, but I'm a little ahead this season, and I can afford to take some risks. And I feel like I've taken a risk today, but it's going to pay off, and I'm going to win yet again. And I feel like you're gonna be very upset at the end of this because of the number that I picked. So that's what I have to say about that.
But we'll see. Gosh, yeah. Geez. Okay, I get it.
All right.
You're good at this.
All right.
You're gonna win. I get it. Okay. But I've written down a number 2, and I feel
have
great.
you now?
I feel great about my number. So good that I'm gonna be happy when I'm a winner someday.
All right then. So here we are. So we're
Yes.
starting at Pena Palace,
Yes, indeed.
which is in lovely Sintra, Portugal.
Mhm.
It is a romanticist castle in São Pedro de Panifrim in the municipality of Sintra on the Portuguese Riviera.
Indeed.
And we need to get to the Hydra.
We do. And, I think that there is a very clear geographic route to take to get into Greece and things like that, and
Yes.
to get to mythology. Although, as I recall, we have tried to get to Greek mythology in the past, and Greece has kind of not actually been as good as we thought it was going to be. So anyway, we shouldn't use that regardless.
It's been, one thing they say about Greece, it's very slippery. It is very slippery.
It's not the country that you're thinking of. You're thinking of actual Greece. You're thinking of what you would use in a car, or perhaps
You
a
don't,
joint.
you don't know what I'm thinking of.
Hmm.
I'm thinking of a lot of things.
Okay, well that's fair.
So
So what are you seeing? Because I seen something that I kind of like.
what do you like there? What are you seeing?
Let me tell you what I seen. You ready for this?
Yeah,
Lawson's Cypress.
Lawson's Cypress. And
Yeah.
are you
yeah.
saying Cypress because that is a tree of the Aegean Sea area? It might get us closer.
Yes, that's precisely what I'm saying. Is that we could go through some sort of biology here. That's a possibility because everything else that I'm seeing is very general. I see walls and foundations. These are things that are listed on this page. How about you? You seeing anything that you're liking?
So lichen, another plant that we could go through.
Also, actually, lichen's not. Well, I guess it's not a plant, is it? Isn't that a combination of mold and? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's a fungi and a moss.
Yeah, I'm not a botanist.
Okay.
Anyway, it's not linked on here, so it's
It doesn't matter, but I'm liking it anyway.
Good one. Bravo, sir. Well played. So I do see the link to, we discussed this last week, the UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Yes.
I feel like there will be a number of specific World Heritage sites that are in fact in Greece. I can think of the Acropolis as almost certainly one on that list.
Mm-hmm.
That would show up in a list of UNESCO World Heritage sites. That might be a way to get there. That is not entirely geographical, so would therefore
ish.
That's fine. Ish is fine. But anything that has a place at a specific spot in the globe is
Yeah,
is
but
geographic-ish.
yeah. But so I found some other things that I kind of like. You want to hear some of these other ones that I sort of like?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
I'm going to give them to you in an order that I like.
Yeah.
One is marble. Okay, now this is just a link to the page about marble, like the rock marble.
Yeah.
But a lot of things in Greece were made, well, definitely with Rome for sure, but yeah, Greece too, I think, made out of marble.
I
Right?
love it.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
How
I like it a
about
lot.
this?
I
How
like it
about
a
this?
lot.
Lightning is on here.
Oh.
Now, lightning, very closely
Invented
related.
in Greece.
Yeah, that's right. Very closely related to where it was invented, Greece. No, I was thinking closely related to Zeus, right? Possibly. So that gets you into mythology. Or how about this for an idea? Virgin Mary is on here.
And how does that get you to Greece?
So I got so excited I can't even breathe. So you
Oh no,
get
Matt died.
So you get into religion, right, and gods, and then you're getting into the Greek gods and the Roman gods, and then there you are. You're into mythology somewhere.
Yeah, I'm less excited about that one.
What do you like that? How about symbolism? You like that? Symbolism.
Symbolism. I saw that earlier as well. Of the ones you've listed thus far.
Yeah. What do you like?
I'll also say that there's like the Neo-Renaissance, which could get us into Renaissance, which is
that seems too old or too young, rather.
Yes, but the Renaissance is the rebirth, and a lot of the energy of the Renaissance is focused on bringing back to life the Greek scholarship. So when you think about Socrates and Plato and Aristotle, they were really brought back to life during the Renaissance, and the architecture. I mean, anything architectural could also get us to Greece. But I do, of the things that you mentioned,
yes,
the thing that excites me most is the idea of going through marble.
Marble, you like that?
I agree. Marble was a key stone in terms of sculpture, in terms of architecture.
Pennsylvania.
For our Grecian friends. Why so Pennsylvania?
You said it was a keystone.
Oh God, I gotcha. I wouldn't know. I'm a Michigander now, so I'm all about whatever the state motto of Michigan is.
Well done.
Whew.
Well, I like this idea. I like marble because it's a little off the beaten path and it's a little different, and I think it'd be a fun little trip.
Very good. Where can we find a link to marble here?
You will find this under history in the third paragraph down. And I don't know how I know you have a giant display, so it's probably on the first line for you, but it's on like the fifth or sixth line for me. Fourth line, actually.
No, I gotta, due to my failing eyesight, I have to zoom in incredibly, so everything's enlarged.
Okay,
so yeah.
Okay.
I see it there. Marble it is.
Let's go. Marble.
Marble is a metamorphic rock consisting of carbonate minerals that recrystallize under the influence of heat, pressure, and aqueous solutions, most commonly calcite or dolomite, and has a crystalline texture of varying thickness.
You know, my only problem with going to something like this is I don't support the tobacco industry, and I know that there's a marble man, and he is like this big thing
you're mistaken.
Smoking, and I don't want to support that, and especially kids. I don't want kids smoking. So don't go to the marble man. Okay,
you're very much mistaken. The marble man is a fine fellow who just flicks around glass beads. I think you're thinking of the Marlborough man, who is a different fellow.
I think you just pronounced marble wrong, but that's okay.
No,
you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay.
So you know what I see here under etymology?
What do you got?
I see a link to ancient Greek, which is quickly working its way to the top of my list.
Yeah,
as a favorite link to click on here.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I
don't
see.
You,
I see Guinness Book of World Records on here, which I like, but doesn't help us. I was looking to see if there was any particular, like we've got the statue of Abraham Lincoln on here. And if there was like a statue of Hercules or something like that, I'd be like, let's go there.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I don't see anything like that yet, but it could happen.
There's a lot of stuff there. So we got Laocoon and his sons in the Vatican. We've got the Nike of Samothrace. Or also known as the Winged Victory of Samothrace, which is in the Louvre, which I've actually seen fairly recently with my own two eyes.
I'll tell you what's down here is the Parthenon.
Ooh, now.
Yeah.
Where do you see the Parthenon? I'm missing that.
So if you go all the way down to cultural associations,
Yeah,
it is mentioned that the Elgin marbles are marble sculptures from the Parthenon in Athens that are on display in the British Museum. So we've also got British Museum, which I don't think is going to help us more than Parthenon. I am seeing. Oh yeah, you already mentioned these things, all of these things. I think. Did you mention all of these? Well, all the ones that were pertinent, you definitely mentioned because you were further down than I was. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know of any. There's no famous statue of Hercules, is there? That I'm forgetting.
At the risk of offending any archaeologists who are listening to us, I cannot think of one.
No, I can't.
I feel like we want to get to ancient Greece, but again, the words ancient Greek are linked here.
They are, and I think maybe that is better than Parthenon. The other thing that I will point out is that Clio and also Muse are both linked on here. Now,
Miss Clio?
Stick with me different Clio, different spelling, different person. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Disney animated 1994 classic Hercules?
In point of fact, I don't think I have.
Okay, so within that movie, there is a structure used much like in ancient Greek plays, in Little Shop of Horrors, where there is a chorus, a Greek chorus, and it is the three muses, I believe, are the chorus. So I wonder if that is a possible path to go through Muse to get to Hercules to then get to the Hydra. Now that might be too long of a stretch, right? It might be that Muse wouldn't have a link to that particular instance of muses, and so it might not be the way to go. But I just wanted to point it out.
It's an amusing prospect. So I will say that
amusing, I like it.
When you look at the link for ancient Greek under etymology, it actually links to the language, which I think is a little less exciting for me.
I agree.
Compared to the Parthenon, which I feel like is perhaps our strongest candidate at present.
Yeah, I agree with that. I did not realize that it is. I mean, it does start to say the word marble derives from the ancient Greek, so I guess it makes sense that it's talking about the language.
Indeed,
but I hadn't read that part. Yeah, I mean that may be. I don't see much else aside from that comment about the muses and Clio. I don't see much else that is from Greece. That's Italy. Yeah, so maybe that's it. Maybe the Parthenon is the way to go.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
Oh, hold on. So he mentioned that it was Greek and Roman mythology. Did he not?
He did.
So I do see that Praetorian's relief is on here, as is Laocoon and his sons, as you pointed out, which is in the Vatican. So is it possible that we want to go through Rome rather than Greece? No.
I feel like that. First of all, Hercules is the Roman, the Roman version of the ancient Greek hero Heracles. But it all originated with the Greeks because the Romans were very unoriginal in terms of their religious mythology. They just grabbed all of the Greek stuff. In fact, a fun linguistic fact that I learned when taking a class on the history of the English language is that if you think of the name of the Greek god Zeus, in the original Greek, it was more like Zeus with like a DZEUS, so Zeus.
Zeus.
And
okay,
Zeus, who is the father of the gods, and Jupiter was actually a corruption of Zeus Pater. So Zeus Pater, Jupiter, is how the Roman name developed. Is my understanding, which could be, again, totally wrong. I look forward to somebody emailing furiously angrily about how wrong
no
I
one
am
cares
about that.
No one cares that much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
So I don't know who Lacoon is, and I don't know their relationship with Jupiter or Zeus. The Praetorians' relief, similarly, I see that it's Roman, but so is the Parthenon. The Parthenon is Greek, so I feel like the Parthenon might be a better way to go. But if you know a lot about Lacoon and his sons,
No, I know
don't.
nothing. I know nothing. But I am going to throw one more out at you here because I just saw it as you were talking. There is a link to classical sculpture, and it says classical sculpture. When you mouse over it, classical sculpture refers generally to sculpture from ancient Greece and ancient Rome, as well as the Hellenized and Romanized civilizations under the rule or influence from about 500 BC to 200 AD. I wonder if classic sculpture might be a way to go because it gets us into both.
It's certainly a possibility, but I feel like classical sculptures, at best, we're going to get into, like, we may look out and there's a Hercules sculpture that's shown on that page.
Right.
Then we're just back to hitting ancient Greece in some way, shape, or form.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. I mean, Parthenon, my issue with Parthenon is that it's going to talk about it. I don't know how much mythology it's going to discuss, right? I know that it is dedicated to the goddess of Athena, it says here, but is it going to get into mythology, or is it going to talk a lot more about, like, here's where it's located and here's how tall it is and here's what it is, or is it going to, do you think it's going to talk about the stories behind it as well?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know is the short answer. Like, I can't make any guarantees. I feel like that the idea of classical sculpture, it certainly is a broad enough area that there's going to be a lot of possibilities going out of there. So if you feel strongly that classical sculpture is the better way to go compared to the Parthenon, I'm sympathetic to that argument.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, honestly.
I mean, I've been to the Parthenon.
Okay.
I don't remember what the various sculptures or stories associate. I know that we can get to Athena very quickly from there, but I don't know that we can get to Hercules very quickly.
Yeah, how does Athena get us to Hercules, right? I mean, that's the question that I'm, like, even if we get into the Greek gods and goddesses, how does that get us to Hercules? Well, I guess Hercules was the son, right? The son
Zeus.
of Zeus.
Yeah, son of Zeus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty close connection.
We'd have to get to Zeus, yeah. Okay. But classical sculptures is just as likely to get us to the various Greek gods. So if you want to go that route, I'm okay with that.
Boof. I don't know. I wanted to suggest it because I didn't want us to pass it by without looking. But you know what? I'm gonna say let's just stick with Parthenon. I think Parthenon we know for sure. Greek gods, goddesses. Let's just go that way.
All right then. Parthenon it is.
Parthenon. All right. Oh, a long page. That bodes well.
Options, baby. Options.
Yeah, and certainly ancient Greece is now definitely a way out of here. And so we can definitely use that. I see Greco-Persian Wars. Persian Wars, sorry, Greco-Persian Wars. Not Greco-Persian.
We see Virgin Mary again.
There you go, right back at you. Yeah, a lot of information here about. I mean, there is a lot of information about the size and where it's located and things like that. But let's see, etymology. So that's not really going to probably help all that much. Function. Peloponnesian War. Was Hercules wasn't involved in any of the wars, right? I mean, Hercules is just a story about a. It's not like Hercules isn't in the Odyssey or the Iliad or anything along those lines, right?
Oh, I don't know that I would agree with that. I believe that he's very much in the Iliad, if memory serves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Look, I've never read any of those. I only know what I picked up through watching "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" and and pop culture.
Brother, Where Art Thou was based on the Odyssey.
That's the Odyssey. I know. Yeah.
But I believe, and again, I could be completely wrong about this. I believe that Hercules was involved in the Trojan War via the Iliad, but I could be very wrong about that. But that's
I
that
thought Hercules
idea
wasn't a real person. I thought he was a totally fictitious character.
Okay, so just fun fact about the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Yeah,
they are fictitious,
but they're based on actual events, right?
Yeah,
No?
but they have fiction throughout them. They're legend and myth and fable, and they are not journalistic products.
Right. No, I understand that. But so none of the people that were in them were real people? I thought that they were. I thought that it was a made up story. Like it wasn't it wasn't history, but it was taking it was either taking people that may have existed or that did exist and putting them into those stories. Is that not the case?
Yeah, and when you say may have existed,
Right.
I feel like you opened the door to people who didn't exist. Like, what about Achilles? What about Patroclus? What about Agamemnon? Like, I don't know how many, if any of those folks were actually real.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Then I see, as I said, I know very little about any of this, and I have read neither of those stories. So I can't speak on any of it with any kind of authority whatsoever. So
I don't let my ignorance get in the way of my ability to pronounce with authority the strength of my opinions.
Sure. No, I know that you are you're good about that.
Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome.
Is a way of saying it.
That is one way of saying it, and you're welcome.
So have we seen anything about I've seen Poseidon on this page, and I've seen Athena. Have you seen Zeus? Have you seen Hercules? Have you seen anybody?
I have not.
To these things?
Not
okay.
At present. I have not.
Cool.
I feel like there's definitely some possibilities here for us.
Are there? Okay.
I feel like there's got to be some possibilities here. I mean, come on, it's the Parthenon, for goodness sakes. I mean,
yeah, it's not running over with as many names of gods and goddesses as I had hoped, I will say.
I mean, Athena's got to be on here because it's in Athens, which is she is the patron.
Athena is on here, as is Poseidon, as I said before.
Okay.
So I see Athena and Poseidon, but
Athena definitely gets us to Zeus because Athena sprung fully formed from the brow of Zeus.
Poseidon does as well, I believe.
Poseidon was Zeus's brother, so I feel like that's likely to get us there. But if last week's episode taught us anything, is that brothers are not fully reliable to provide a lot of information. So
is that the case? Is that what it taught us? I knew it taught us something. I just couldn't figure out what.
Indeed. Yeah.
Aside from those two, I'm not seeing a lot of. Yeah, there's Athena again. Pericles is on here.
Pericles would be interesting, but the challenge with Pericles. Yeah. So he is a Greek hero, and I feel like the best place to get to from a Pericles page to a Hercules page is by going through the forbidden links at the bottom, because they both are members of the same category. Right. I don't know the degree to which Pericles and Hercules cross paths in ancient Greek mythology.
So wait. I guess I'm confused here. Zeus is Greek, right?
Correct.
I thought you said that Hercules was Roman.
So first of all, like, there is an incredibly high correlation between the Roman gods and their stories and the Greek gods and their stories.
Sure, yes.
Because when the Romans overtook the area of the world that we call Greece now, they realized that the unifying religion of the Greeks was a very useful tool of social control. So they're like, hey, let's adopt this. And so they did. So they just rebranded everything with Latinized names.
Right.
Essentially kept the same stories. So for every Greek god, for Zeus, you've got Jupiter. For Hera, you've got Juno. For Ares, you've got Mars. So yes. Heracles is the same deal. So all of the stories about them are essentially the same. It's just Hercules, because it's the Latinized version of that, tended to be the more common in our modern ears, because we got most of our Greek culture through Rome versus directly from Greece.
Okay, so we still say Zeus is the father rather than Jupiter is the father.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I'm not going to say it's always one or always the other, but yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I think we're going to have to go through Athena or Poseidon. I leave that choice to you.
I prefer Athena.
Then Athena it shall be. I have seen Athena linked a number of
She's
times.
right up at the top. That was dedicated to the goddess Athena.
Yes, and we're not. Oh, and Goddess and Athena are two different links, so I guess we're just going to go through Athena.
There you go. Athena it is. Athena, or Athene, often given the epithet Pallas, is an ancient Greek goddess associated with wisdom, warfare, and handcraft, who was later syncretized with the Roman goddess Minerva.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. There you go. There you go.
There you go, indeed.
Indeed.
Okay, so yeah, and so we've got a lot of names jumping out through here. We've got the Iliad and the Odyssey, both in here. We've got there's Heracles, there's Jason, there's all sorts of names on here that I recognize. The 12 Olympians. Look at that. I think that's where weren't we trying to get to like the Olympics or something, or get into wrestling?
We were trying to get to the Olympics, and we went to like Mount Olympus or something. We were very much disappointed.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. So
aha!
Oh, you found something?
I see a link to Heracles. But again, Heracles is not our goal.
No.
Our goal is the Hydra, so it might be worth
checking to see
a little
if
bit
there's
more.
Yeah, there might be some Hydra mention on this page, right? I mean, that's a possibility.
There very well could be. I don't know if Athena has a direct connection to the Hydra.
I see a Minoan snake goddess figurines linked.
Mm-hmm.
How about a sea eagle? These are all things that are animals. That
I do like sea eagles.
Let's see.
Aha!
Oh, did you find something?
So here we are on Athena's page.
Yeah.
Under the section that is called Patrons of Heroes. Ooh. There is a link to the 12 labors.
Oh,
which will definitely get us to the Hydra.
Yes.
Although there may be a portion of this that has a link to it directly.
Yeah, I'm still looking here. I'm seeing a lot of boy. There's so many mentions of so many different things.
Yeah, in ancient Greek art, Athena is frequently showing aiding the hero Heracles, who I guess is her half brother, if you think about it.
Yes, well, he is in fact listed under siblings at the very top.
There you go.
So I saw that after you had mentioned that he was in there, but just looking to see if there's any mention of her dealing with a Hydra, seeing a Hydra, having a Hydra as a pet, perhaps, maybe hanging out with the Hydra after work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you do? I mean, you're the one that's dealt with a Hydra before. What do you do with a Hydra?
I mean, you cut off their heads and you cauterize their necks so they can't.
This is a reason why we should have gone through Poseidon. Because the Hydra lives underwater.
Does it?
Right. Yes. Come on. We knew that.
I did not know that.
What we were told that. We
by
were
whom?
Told that.
By whom?
By Henry. He said. He said that it lives in the water. It's a water serpent.
I completely missed that. That also begs the question of how one cauterizes the neck with fire if it lives underwater.
Well, it comes up above the water.
Okay,
right?
I see.
But it's in the water.
All right.
I mean, it lives in the water.
Okay, so Henry lied is what
No. Oh, no. No. I'm not going to let you throw him under the bus like that.
Listen, listen.
No.
54-year-old Henry, if you're listening to this, think back.
Beamed into your brain.
There you go.
You can hear us banging around in your brain. Have you found anything yet? I am still only halfway through the page. I can't believe
there's first of all, Athena, top notch of the Greek gods. I feel like she's one of the best. Like if I had to be religious and I had to believe in God, I'd be like Athena would be not a bad choice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. There's a lot of beautiful art here. I'm not seeing.
There is.
I'm seeing a lot of Hercules links here, but I feel like the labors of Hercules is absolutely going to get us to. I mean, Heracles might get us there, but the labors of Hercules.
Oh, the labors, the 12
absolutely going to get us there.
Yes, I mean that's definitely the one that if the Hydra is not linked on this page, we're definitely going through the 12 labors. But again, I just want to see. I mean, I don't want to wander away from this if it happens to be here, because I feel like, then we're gonna get emails. We're gonna get people are gonna be yelling and screaming and
Honestly, I would love for us to get emails of any kind
from anybody about anything.
any kind of user feedback whatsoever would be
That'd
amazing.
Be nice. That would be nice.
Even,
All right.
even hate mail would be amazing.
So I have reached the bottom of the actual article. I have not seen a mention of the Hydra. It's possible I've missed it. There's so much on this page.
I've looked at all of the pictures. I will say this though, that and I've seen no Hydra. I will say that right by the link for the 12 labors, there is a figure of the Colchian dragon.
Yes,
but sadly, dragon not linked. At all. Colchian is, but that's a geographical route. But 12 labors feels to me like that's the best one.
Yeah, I would agree. So the Temple of Zeus at Olympia depicting Hercules' 12 labors. That's where we're going?
Yeah, that's it. Under Patron of Heroes.
So that takes you to Labors of Hercules, which, by the way, must have been written in the UK because it's actually spelled with a U, Labors of Hercules.
Yeah, and that's Wikipedia, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
In the British fashion.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So do we just have it? Is it here? Do you
Yes,
see it?
it's absolutely here. If you go down to the 12 labors, the second one, as prophecy and Henry foretold,
there it is.
Slay the 9-headed Lernaean Hydra.
There it is. Let's click upon and
there we
take
go.
us to the page, and we have indeed.
We did it.
There it is.
Amazing.
Lernaean Hydra. I'm typing it in my little spreadsheet here to make sure that we have it, and we do. And well done. I think. Wow,
Bravo
that was crazy.
For us.
Now,
Bravo.
no fair looking at the page, Jethro. I know that you like to do that and then find ways to get there in case we've written the same numbers. Stop looking at the page.
I like to cheat.
You and your Lewis gun. And let's see how we did on our predictions here. Before we reveal how many it actually took, let's say what we predicted.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
I guess
Jethro,
I guess 5.
You are cheating.
Cheating.
I have to believe that you're cheating. You're hitting it on the nose every time. You've got to cheat less conspicuously.
So I guess 5, and you guessed what?
I guess 4.
Okay, you guessed
I had more
4.
faith in us than you.
I had the appropriate amount of faith in us. Sometimes we don't deserve a lot of faith.
Unbelievable.
Listen, I would have been delighted. I would have been delighted to get here earlier. I thought there were a lot of possibilities that would get us here more quickly, but I don't feel bad about the path that we took.
No, I mean, it was a good path. It was I thought it would be quicker. I am upset that that Athena page didn't have the Hydra on it, honestly. And I'm going to go back now because we're done, and I'm going to type in Hydra just to make sure. No, there's nothing. I did a Control F on Athena just to make sure we didn't miss it. But yeah, so there you go. 5 links to get here, and Jethro guessed 5 on the nose once again. And he's touched. He's a touched man, touched by an angel, I guess. Perhaps Athena herself.
I'm touched in a lot of ways.
It's true. I wasn't going to get into that, but there you go. It's also the case. But yeah, so from Pena Palace to Lernaean, I'm going to pronounce that wrong for the rest of the time. Lernaean. Am I doing that right? Lernaean Hydra?
That feels right.
Lernaean Hydra in only five links. So hey, you know what? If you're listening right now, in fact, Henry, you can do this too. Jump onto Wikipedia. Can you get there faster? Can you get there in less than 5 steps? If you can, send us an email. It's drunkardswalkpodcast@gmail.com, or go to our link tree. That gets you a link to our email, gets you a link to all the different stuff. And hey, I'll tell you what, if you find a way to get there faster, we will mention it on the podcast. Now, it won't be next week because we record in advance. It'll be a couple weeks from now. We will absolutely mention you. And hey, maybe we'll even have you on as a guest. Who knows, right?
Oh, yeah.
So see if you can beat us to there. And, if you want to start writing your guesses at the top of the episode as well, and you do better than Jethro does. Oh, wait, you can't. He gets it absolutely right every time. So I don't know what to tell you, folks. There's no way to beat him. He's unbeatable.
It's very passive-aggressive.
Unbeatable. No, it's not passive-aggressive. It's aggressive. I'm in your face, man. I'm all up in it. So watch yourself. But look, folks, we hope you get all up in the next episode and listen to us again because we like you listening and banging around in your brain. And we'll see you next week.